Listen, we need to talk. There is still an unacceptable amount of people on the internet, social media in particular, that deny that food addiction is real. And you know, that's always going to be happening. But I want to talk about the subset of people who understand that food addiction and sugar addiction is real, but who deny that it applies to real whole foods. I hate to break it to you, but it does. There are people, I'm sure you've all heard the term comfort foods, right? So those foods, things that you would consider comfort foods, can be perceived by the food addict brain, by the person who has a history of disordered eating and hasn't healed their relationship with food yet. It can be perceived as hyperpalatable. And so we need to acknowledge that it's not enough to just say, oh, as long as you're eating real whole foods, and maybe if you time it seasonally, you know, or maybe if you only eat it, you know, certain times of the day, then it's okay. You know what? It's okay to not eat certain things. You are not disordered if there is a real whole food that you won't eat. I mean, are you going to call people, what if the reason you don't eat it is because you can't stand it? Are you going to call those people disordered? No, I hope not. I hope you're not. So anyway, we need to acknowledge that there are people who have problems with some real whole foods, and that the criteria cannot just be, oh, it's a real whole food, so it's totally acceptable to eat, even if you have a history of binging on it, or, you know, abusing it, overeating it compulsively, or obsessing about it. It's okay to not eat, you know, everything. And the question we need to ask is not, you know, oh, am I allowed to eat fill in the blank? I mean, we can eat whatever we want. We're grown ass people. But we have to, you know, be honest. If we want to improve our relationship with food, because I think a lot of people misunderstand what that means, to be able to eat everything in moderation does not mean you have a good relationship with food. And not everybody can be a moderator, and that still includes real whole foods. So the question that has to be asked is, does this food serve me well? If the answer is yes, then eat it. But if the answer is no, like for example, if every time you eat potatoes, you overeat them, they're probably not serving you well. No hate to potatoes. You know, I eat sweet potatoes. But you know, some people can't handle it, and it's okay. Do not make them feel bad or like they're broken or they're doing something wrong because there's some real whole foods that they have behavior problems with. It's okay to not eat everything. Okay.